Hello, hello. How is everyone this Feel Good Friday? Welcome to Passionate About Scrapbooking with Pamela. And today's Feel Good Friday live with Pamela, where I'll be sharing some fun cards. One is a fun fold, one is going to be a more of a shaker card. And I'm going to show you how you can use your catalog, whether it's this mini catalog or your annual catalog, to be inspired and recreate the beautiful artwork that is already in the catalog. You can copy it just as is, or you can also alter it, which I'm going to do a little bit so that my projects will coordinate well with the other projects that I've created this week. So say hello if you're joining me. Let me know if you're here. How's your Friday going? I got a little distracted this morning, kind of been all over the place. Guess the ADD is on high alert today. Oh, let's see. Comments. There we go. All right, so chit chat with me for a minute and I'll share a little bit about what's going on. And I'm going to make myself another cup of coffee real quick. So I'm hoping you can hear me. My scrapbook studio is like right off the kitchen. I guess technically it's a kitchen nook where you would put a dining room table, but I've taken it over for my scrapbook studio. You may have seen pictures on Instagram or YouTube, or not YouTube. Actually, I haven't really done much on YouTube with it. I need to do like a scrapbook studio walk around, and maybe I'll plan something like that over the weekend. I can do some organizing and cleaning up and then share with y'all one day or over the weekend, maybe even. Would y'all be interested in something like that? Let me know. And of course, there's no water. So thanks for being patient with me for the moment. I'm just going to do life and enjoy the day, ready for the weekend to kind of chill. Good morning, Charisse. How are you? Getting a little bit of a slow start this morning. Let me check on my water. I don't know what it is about today. We've got some funky weather here in the Texas Hill Country. We have kind of an overcast, misty look, but it's 70 something degrees outside. I had to turn on the air conditioner and turn the fan on me. So I was getting hot. And then it's going to be in the 80s this weekend. So I guess it's going to be a beautiful weekend. And at least I hope so. I have a big project that I'm working on with Stampin' Up. And I got word I have a little bit of a extra time so I can kind of chill this weekend. I've been super busy. So anybody got any big plans for the weekend? Oh, it's Super Bowl weekend. Who's watching the Super Bowl? I guess that's what we're doing on Sunday. I got a pork butt roast. I'm going to cook it up and do like pulled pork with some coleslaw. I even got buns. So we could do like sandwiches if we wanted to. And then I like to make homemade hot wings. I just buy the wings or the really they're drumlets and what is the hot sauce that I buy? I don't know what I've done with it. If it's probably in the pantry. I can't remember the brand. The Red Wings, something hot wing stuff. I'll come back over here maybe and pick my coffee up here in a minute so we can get started. I'm just chilling today. I'm trying not to like freak out and stress myself out. And good morning, Flo. Happy Friday. Yay. Oh, no football for you. Yeah, we'll hang out. I don't know that I'll sit there and watch the whole game. I like to hear it in the background. I've always kind of liked that. It's just been like a Sunday thing. A lot of the times I enjoy doing. And I don't just sit and watch the whole game. We didn't watch it for a while because of all the mess that was going on with it politically and stuff, I guess. But we've kind of gotten back into it the last year or two. So, excuse me. All right. So let's get started. Today, we are still focusing on the beautiful butterflies. Now, we started the week off with we're still using the full beautiful bokeh. I don't know how you say it. Someone left me a not so nice comment on YouTube, and it's like, now I don't even want to say the word. And I was like, really? You can't just ignore the fact that I'm a Southern Texas girl, just trying my best. I've seen it two different ways. I even asked ChatGPT, and it was like bouquet. You could say it bouquet, kind of like the word bouquet. And I think there's also bokeh. And supposedly those are the two different ways you can say it that are, I think the bouquet is more of the photography artisan way of saying it. Anyways, I always dislike when there's words that I don't use on a regular basis and don't know how to pronounce. So my apologies in advance. So this was the page I made on Monday using the designer series paper along with the beautiful butterflies. And I've used black in all my samples this week. I just really like that pop and contrast. This one had a flip flap, and it was all about Bevan and her artistic journey and where she's headed in the future. And we had fun with the alphabets here creating our title. Now, when we started off the week, I was recommending that if you made a purchase of $60 or more during celebration, that you would get this ribbon for free. I'll use the ribbon maybe today. I've used it in a sample I shared yesterday on my Instagram and Facebook. And then there's also this beautiful designer series paper, which I have not broke into yet, that you can get this whole packet for free as well. Let me flip it over so you can see all the gorgeousness. A lot of these colors will coordinate with this collection as well. And then I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday morning, I think it was Tuesday, Stampin' Up announced more items on the celebration promotion that you could get for free. And this stamp set, just the stamp set, is part of that celebration. Good morning, Teresa. Thanks for joining me. And it's on low inventory right now. So if this is something that you want, then you need to place your $60 order ASAP, and you'll be able to get that for free. So you could buy the dies separate along with the embossing folder. All this works together, and maybe some ink pads and that paper, of course, that coordinates with it. You can also choose to get this die set for the alphabets for free too. So I did not even know that was happening. I just happened to use two of the items, looking to see if that was a squirrel or a cat. Ooh, I got kittens climbing trees outside. I just saw a streak, and one of the black cats is climbing up the tree. They're loving it outside. Okay, so that was Monday's project. Wednesday's project was this one right here, my 8.5 by 11 page that I made. And y'all watched me go through the whole process, start to finish, and I made a little pocket card here for the journaling because I wanted to use all these photos on here. I did a little spotlight feature. So this butterfly was tiny like that. And just, I kind of made it, I zoomed in on it and printed a second photo and then did a spotlight feature. And we had fun with the title and then pulled in a um, quote that Chat GPT AI helped me with. So that was a fun page to do. And today we're going to focus on the mini catalog and some of the artwork that's inside the mini catalog. I want to recreate a couple of things, but I'm going to do my own little twist with the papers that I've been using or bringing in that black. And I am loving this collection too. And also the group one of the artisan design team artwork for the month of February goes live today sometime on the Stampin' Up social media sites, and it's using the beautiful butterflies. And we all use different papers and accessories because we weren't allowed to use the beautiful Bokeh designer series paper or the colors that were in it. So you'll have fun seeing more variety of what we all did when they post that sometime today. I'm going to grab my coffee. So this is like casual Friday, and we're going to get started. I've already had one cup of coffee and I need to cut back, but it just makes me feel good. It's one of those kind of soothing, relaxing things I like to do in the morning. And sometimes I'll drink my first cup of coffee and I'm like, I didn't thoroughly enjoy that. I didn't take the time to enjoy my coffee. So that's my excuse for having a second cup sometimes. I've got my little turquoise mug here that I got from HEB. I need a new one because it's all the paint's coming off of it. All right, so I think I've got the door open back here so the animals can go in and out as they please. Like I said, I think I've got kittens climbing trees out there. You're getting adventurous. All right, so let's bust into this. I wanted to share, so this is our new mini catalog that went live in January and it goes through April. Lots of gorgeous artwork in here. Let me pull this up a little bit for you. So I'll just move all that out of the way so we can see everything. And I'm just going to point out, like, here's a really cute card using the beautiful butterflies and that bouquet paper with some, I guess that is the berry burst. Just wanted to point that one out. And then I think my next thing I wanted to share with you was, or were, is all these sketches that they have featured here. So this can be some inspiration for you. And it kind of talks about that a little bit using these like punch outs. And I love this next page. This is going to be coming up. I'll be using some of this. I want to say it's in March is when it's going to be featured with the artisan design team. So I'm trying to kind of follow along a little bit with what they are doing. And then look at all those. All this is just like punch out. So lots of cute stuff. Now let's flip over to our beautiful bouquet. I'll say bouquet. And hopefully I won't upset too many people saying it that way. And we're going to do a card similar to this and similar to this. And then last night I had some fun before Jeff got home. I recreated this card right here. So I wasn't sure how they did the butterfly. So I just took my blending brushes and blended over it. So I did the dry embossed piece, and there's a little bit of that paper DSP in the background. And then I sponged, I cut out the butterfly again, just the butterfly, dry embossed it and cut it out in white, and then sponged it and added the black. So it coordinates with my this card that I created. I did this one after Monday's live to coordinate with my card, just something fun. Oh, I did it for the what is it? There's a challenge or something, challenge group, global design something, global something. I already forgot what it's called. Anyways, that's why I did that one. And I'm going to try to do a few extra projects each week. And I have a new thing I'm going to do on Thursdays called Thursday Treat. Last night I was like, oh, why didn't I make like a treat box? But I wanted to play with this stamp set. It's currently unavailable, but it's going to be back next week, supposedly. I think they were out of the dies. So this stamp set you can get for free with $120 purchase. There's stamps, some great sentiments in here, some dies. You get this, all this, you can get it all for free with $120 purchase. So I made these cards and made a reel. So I've got lots of fun cards that coordinate. I was just going to share with you what I did so far. This one was inspired by a card I saw on Pinterest. I don't remember who it was. So that's what I've been up to. So I think on every Thursday, I'm going to do some type of an extra card or treat, maybe a 3D item. And we'll see how that progresses. But that's my new little series, Thursday Treat. All right. So one more thing I was just going to share. I flipped through the pages and I found one other, I think. Um, it looks like the background of that might be the beautiful bokeh paper, but it could have been also, I'm not even sure. I don't think it's that because I think all those have designs on them. So I think it is the beautiful bokeh paper, but you can use it for all sorts of things. Look at those pretty colors. All right, so I'm going to go back to these two right here are what we're going to play around with, kind of the designs. I'm going to set that up here so I can see it. Now I have played already the with this right here. You'll see a sample later today on in our artisan artwork and I'm going to show you how to use that today. And we'll be using that along with that. And then this one will be for our shaker card. And let's do, now let me look at happy birthday. So I think I've managed to incorporate all of the products in here. And today we'll add a few more of the sentiments. Let's see, happy birthday. That just barely fits on there. So I'm looking at the sample and they actually have, so they did a little trick where they did it a little bit longer. they have a size that's in between there. So I know how they did that. So I may show you how to do that as well. Of course, I'll have to have this. I'm kind of looking to just to see what I need. So I think as far as dies, that's good. We'll use this fun stamp to add some things on the butterfly, and let's get busy. So I haven't used any of the yellow yet, like this one right here. So I guess I should do that. And I don't know if I want, you kind of see what color. I kind of like that. What I love about this collection of colors that they did, the color combo, is a lot of these color, they work so well together that you can do um different combos. Like the actual card that we're looking at doing right here are these. And I don't know, but I want to bring in a little bit of black. So I got to figure that out. So I think so that's going to be really different from my other cards that I've done. But I do want to bring in that yellow. I wonder if I did like that. Or maybe I should do maybe something even a little bit lighter. What about that? Let's try that for now. I think so. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, so we'll do this piece of paper, and then we might need, let me look and see what all we got here. There's a little bit of we did a little bit more pastel colored. I mean, they're all kind of pastel, but trying to decide how and if I want to bring the blue in. Hi there. This is Jasper. Hey, Bella. What you up to? Excuse me. And and I may just bring the black in. He can see himself. Look at what he did to me, my poor arm. And he didn't mean to. He was being so loving and sweet, sitting in my lap yesterday morning and started to fall out of my lap and just stuck his claw in my arm. And I was like, oh my gosh. All right, we're going to do the fun fold card first. So we're going to do this one. So we need these pieces. Um, don't think I don't know if I'm going to use this today since I've shown you how to use it over the week, and we'll focus more on our fun fold. So let me get a piece of white, basic white cardstock, and we'll just do a standard, I don't know what we'll do a standard size card. So cut this in five and a half. Now there's several different ways that you can do this. We're gonna play just a little bit. So I'm gonna cut this at 4 1/4, or not cut it. I'm gonna score it at 4 1/4. I'm gonna go ahead and score this other one as well. 4 1/4. I'm scoring them. All right, so I have two pieces there. And we'll put these aside. Let's, this reminds me of Easter eggs. Very Easterish to me. I'm going to pull out my machine. So has anybody played with this collection yet? This bundle? Anybody have it yet? Do you have it yet, Teresa? Um, and we need all our cutting plates. So I did finally switch out I got a somewhat new, I mean, it was brand new. It's already got some markings on it, plate. And then I just used the one I had on top is what now has become my cutting plate. So let's look at how this goes. Okay, so let me show you how this works. So it's going to cut out all of this and then this inside right here with the antennas. This little piece right here is where it does not cut, but I think that helps you line it up on the score line. So you'll want to, and then even on this side, can you see those little lines? All right, so we're going to line those up like that. That's what my tape is for, just to kind of keep it in place. And find my other plate, and we'll run this through here. Now this is to create the flap, kind of make like a fun fold. But I also want to show you something else, and we'll take that off, and I'll show you. So this is what it ends up creating, is this like right here. All right, so you have some options here. Just fold that on the score line. You can leave all this. You could have like this fun fold and then this fold. So that's a fun option. A lot of what I've seen is they're cutting this piece off right here. So then all you have, so say I cut it off and then flip it around, and then all you have is this right here. And then it goes like that. All right, so we'll kind of play around with that and see what we want to do with it. Then on this one, if you go ahead and fold it first and now line that up, we'll see. I think this is going to work right. I haven't actually attempted it myself yet. So I'm lining up those little lines right there with I think I'll just wrap it around like that. And now put it in here. And now it should cut through both pieces, front and back of the card. Let's see. Now there might be another trick. I'm not sure, because let's see here. Not everything. I think you're going to have to do a little snipping off right here. Should have pulled it down a tiny bit. So you could snip, and we'll snip. That piece kind of fell off. Now you've got this piece. So yeah, I probably could have come down just a little bit. So maybe just clean that up a little bit with your scissors. I'd probably go through and just make it a little bit smoother. I'm just kind of showing you there might be a better way to do it. Okay. And then you just have this card that opens like that. So you have just a butterfly card. So lots of things you can do with these dies. So they're a must-have if you love butterflies, especially. All right, so I need to cut a few more things. I think I will do the leaves, or not the leaves, the butterfly out of this paper. Kind of looking to see what my sample looks like. So we'll cut that out, and then I'll do a black, so I can bring in that black. I'll do the butterfly body part in black. So you do have, got a sequin on there. I don't know where it went. I think it fell right there. Stuck to the end of there. So kind of poke out all these extra bits. So this gets a little messy. And then when you're ready to get it out, if it doesn't fall out, you can poke that little hole. And so now we have this. How pretty is that? And I'll just lay that over here with that one. Let me clean up my mess. And I think that's all nope, we got to do our butterfly body. Let me clean that up. So now we need a piece of black. Think I can get it out of this. And here's my butterfly body. And we'll just stick them right down there. Just need the one. And there. So I might do my sentiment in black too, just to coordinate with my rest of my projects. All right. I think we're done with the die cutting on this one. And now it's just kind of time to decorate. All right, so let's do it like the sample. So I am going to snip off this part right here. Okay, just like that. You hold it and okay, so now we have this. So that might can be used for some scrap, I'm not sure. Now we're gonna do some stamping. Let me kind of figure out color-wise. I'm gonna end up putting that around here somewhere. And we'll do our stamping in the fresh freesia. Um, you're not a fan of the DSP? It's been fun, but yeah, it's kind of plain, I guess. Um, so it would be, that's why I almost incorporated or brought in this week that floral designer series paper. So it might be a good, I don't know if I would call it neutral, but something to bring in instead of like cardstock. You could bring it in and use with other pattern papers. So I get that point. Um, we're gonna play with these stamps to decorate up the white butterfly along with this one right here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pull out this one, Time to Celebrate. And we'll do that. I think that's all I need. Then now let me kind of look at this and see if I don't know if they're kind of mirror images, and I don't know that it really matters where exactly you put them on here. See how they're kind of going down this way? I like that. So we're going to I'm gonna make sure I don't have any color there. So I could lay it out like this. That would probably be better. And then we're going to leave some room right around here to add in those extra dots. Now you can also do it up there as well. And I'm going to tilt it. Okay, how pretty is that? Let me find my chamois. And I'll put stuff away as well. And then over here, do the same thing. I think I had a little bit of blue on there. Kind of pretty. Looks a little bit different on my end. All right, so that's going to kind of come through this right here and bring in a little bit of color. So from here, I think we will adhere. One thing I'm going to do, I've noticed on the samples that they're not leaving this one right here. It's almost like they cut that part out. I was going to see. Almost looks like, well, maybe it just comes down a little bit further. So yeah, just cut down. We're going to do a little bit of surgery here and cut that little piece out. Okay. So it looks like that. And then we're going to, there's a little bit, yeah, as I look at this, they've done quite a bit of surgery on him. I guess is what I want to call it. All right, so we're going to put some glue just right here. I probably should close up my, there we go. Had to make a mess. And clean it up with a scratch sheet of paper. And we're going to position this like right about there. Let that sit there for a minute. I think I'm done with my, no, I'm not done. I didn't finish the, darn it. I got a little ahead of myself. Let me see if I can add in. I probably shouldn't have all those laying on there. Let me see if I can add a little bit of this in. Let me show you what this is for. Because you can go around here as well and just fill in those areas. Of course, as you get up over here, you may want to fold it like this. Maybe go. I'm not going to do down. Well, I might can. Okay, I want to be careful with the excess color. I got it little. I didn't do very well right there. Okay, and just fill in. Careful with the ink on my thumb. Getting it on the back. And then maybe you could do a little bit right in here. Let me see if I can. One second. I need a little cloth. Yeah. I still struggle some with the um, ink pads being so soft. So yeah, this would have been a little bit easier if I had done this before, but there we go. Okay, I think we managed. Okay, so it makes our butterfly a little bit more colorful. And then I'm gonna trim him. I'm gonna cut him in half here, about right there. And we'll put, so his head's peeking right there a little bit. And then the body will come down and I'm looking to see what side I want to put the glue on. We're gonna put our sentiment over the center here. So I think if I go about right there, it should work. All right, so I think I'm gonna do black for my sentiment. Let me find, maybe. Let's see, where is my, I don't think I put it away, but maybe I did. Looking for my Memento black ink. Let's see. I didn't put it away, but I have another one. It's probably right here. Oh, it's up on top of my computer. So we'll use this one. I've inked it up and I've been messy with this one. Got lots of ink going on in there. Okay, our sentiment is going to be this one. I guess I'll just use this. And in the sample, it's showing the, on that paper. I'm not going to use the Calypso Coral. I'm thinking I'm going to use the blue. And I think I may do, let me look and see what they did. Let's look. I think they used the other side. And you could do either or. It's a little bit bolder that way, but I think I'm going to do this side too. So they just did a strip. So let's cut. So this is 4 1/4, 4 1/4 inch. There's about 1/2 inch, I think, on either side. So I'm going to cut. And it goes all the way to the end, so 5 1/2. So we'll have this in the background like that. I'm just going to go ahead and layer this down. Kind of looks like sky, not like our sky today. I'm seeing some blue sky out there. It's starting to kind of burn off. So maybe we'll end up with a really pretty day. And then how does that? That doesn't quite fit like that. So we could do it like this. Just wondering if I want it on the Let me think for a minute. Put that over top. We're gonna do two different ways. First, I'm going to stamp it on here on this blue, and we'll see what we like. I'm also going to stamp it on some white. Let me see if it'll fit on one of these. Will it fit there? I think so. Yeah, pretty sure. I'm going to have an idea now, just to. I think I like it with the white better. So let me cut this down. And I'm going to bring in a little bit more black. So it ends up being, I think, about 3 1/4. I'll mess that all up. Okay, there's that. Then I'm going to grab some more black cardstock. Maybe some of that will work, not all of it. Let me see. There's that. See what other scraps I have here real quick. There we go. That's what I'm wanting, like right here. So that was one. I think it's, so we'll do 1 1/4 by 3 1/2. Might be kind of big. Let's see. Thinking I'll do that. And then I'm gonna do 5 1/2. And like, guess I'll do 1/4 inch. And 1/4 inch. Okay, I think I like that. I think that'll work and kind of coordinate with what the other projects that I've done this week. We have some fairly new neighbors next door. We're on about 2 1/2 acres, about 5 miles out of town. And our neighbors have some little yappy dogs. And Lady has been running over there and kind of being a nuisance. I'm going to do this. And as you can, I don't know if you can hear, you may not even be able to hear, but she has a really deep bark. She can be a little scary, but she's not a scary dog. I'm going to put it right over, like not, oops, maybe. Let me see if I can get that straight. Kind of like right over the seam. I feel like it's kind of crooked or bowed. I'll do the same thing at the top. I don't know if she's barking at cats or what she's barking at over there. I think the cats are getting very adventurous. All right. I like that. Just a little bit more bold. I like the contrast. We'll add a couple of dimensionals, I think. I'll just do one right there in the center and on both sides. Add a couple of, don't think this is a card I would add any ribbon to. All right. Now where you would add your, I guess you would do just a little message right in here. You could also possibly, you could maybe like do just one of these. Like if you cut these off, you could position it to where it's right underneath there, maybe. And then it would be just, you could have that underneath there too. So there's lots of things that you could do and incorporate. I would cut off that little part again as well, probably, maybe. I don't know. So you can see it kind of up under there. That would be okay, just like that as well. So the card, I can't show you my card for today yet for the artisan team, but I'll we'll be doing a swap, not a swap, a hop tomorrow on Instagram, Facebook. So you'll be able to see my card, and maybe I'll add one more photo where you can see how I did a little bit different than this one. And so, like I said, there's lots of options. Also, I think the one I did actually a card. Um, it was like a flap, and then it opened up like that. So then you would have a place to write in. But I do kind of like this, and then add a few of the sequins. There they are, or itty bitty bokeh accents mix. Kind of, yeah, pops off. So do like maybe a couple over here. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue where I want, and I think that'll work. And let's use something different. I haven't used very many of these. These are just like flat mirror looking. I'll do one up here, maybe something different. And this is where it gets a little tricky. I feel like I'm a surgeon. Can't get it off well, that one I got glue all over. There we go. And I'll do a little one of these. Oops. And what else? I'll do one of these little bitty ones. Just using my scissors so I don't get my fingers so sticky. You know what? I think I'm going to take that, and I'm gonna put another one right over top of this. I got glue all over that one. So I'm just gonna layer this over top of it. I think. Okay, that was a little bit better. All right, there's that one, card number one. I'm not gonna mess with those eventually. I haven't yet, but all right, so this is how you make the fun fold card for the beautiful butterflies. I got nice and messy on the back there. because of the ink I left on. So I'm going to set that aside. I'll show you all my finished cards for the week here in a few minutes. Let me clean up my glass mat a little bit. I have an icky rag here. I'm using a little bit of alcohol and it helps just get that adhesive off and any markers or ink that don't want to come off. There we go. All right, let's do a shaker card. And this one, so I brought in a little bit of the yellow. Now let's bring in a little bit of the, let me clean up my space here just a tiny bit so I can find what I want. I think I have we'll use a little bit of the Calypso Coral this time. Something I like to do if the back feels a little tacky or not sticky, just clean it off that way. If it's really bad, you can go to the sink. Just make sure you have like a stopper or something. So in case you drop it, you don't want it to go down the drain. You can wash your stamps with soap and water, just like a little bit of mild dish soap. Clean that too. Put it away. So just depending on how much you've used your stamps, you might need to give them a good little cleaning. I'll take sometimes, if I have a stamp set like this that I've used a lot and then they're not very sticky, then I will get a strainer and I'll just drop them all in the strainer and wash them that way. So, and then kind of shake it and let them dry. Let them air dry, and then they should be good as new. All right, so what next? All right, I think we're gonna do a happy birthday. And we're going to take, find my pattern papers and let's look at, ooh, that's pretty. I like that. I think I'm gonna do this for the background. It's got a little bit of that uh, fresh freesia in it. And all right, I think we're going to do the butterfly. When we stamp the butterfly, we're going to stamp it in black. So that will be our background. So this, I need to cut. I want to bring in a little bit of that. So I'm going to flip it around this way. And we're going to do this at 4. And I want that 4 and by 5 1/4. And then I need a card base. Um, I want, I actually have these 2 colors here. So let's see what I think I like. Probably would be better. Let me see here. Probably would be better on that. All right, so let's do a Calypso Coral card. Um, does anybody else think it should be this instead? Mm, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. So we'll standard size card. So score it at 4 1/4. So we'll have that layered on top. I'll need a piece of white for to stamp on the background. Let me see if I have. I think I'm going to cut it just a little bit smaller than this one. So we'll do, if it was 5 1/4, let's do it at 5 by 3 3/4. So this piece is going to end up behind here, and we're going to do some stamping and do a punch or cut out. And then we'll do our sentiment on something too. Okay, so we need our cutting. We need this. And then we're going to also stamp. I think that's right. That coordinates with that. I'm trying to decide. I want to cut that out. We'll see if I can get it lined up. I think that's going to be the issue. I don't know if there's a particular trick, but we want to cut this out of here. I'm going to kind of do it at an angle. Good grief, lady. Let me look and see what she's. Oh, I hit. Sorry. She's barking because our landlord, he's next door with the tractor and he's got his dog out there. So I'm sure lady is dying to get over there. One of his dogs showed up last week. Of course, it had to be on the muddiest and rainiest day and came up on the porch. He's a good dog. He's just an old hound dog type, mixed lab or something. I'm not sure. Wanted to come in the house, but I was like, no. And he made a mess out on the porch, mud and dirt and all that jazz. But I ended up letting Lady, he was over here for a couple of hours, but I let her out to just hang out with him and play to socialize a little bit. So she loved that. All right. Did I tear my paper? I don't think I tore it. I think there we go. All right. So we've got this piece. And then you have this that you can use on another project. So you might see another card from me later today. We'll see. Since I don't have any pending deadlines, I have to wait till Monday to hear back from Stampin' Up about my new project deadline. I feel like I have a little extra time on my hands. Okay, don't think I need that anymore because I think I'm just going to use like some of these pieces that I already cut. I have some extras over here. All right, so let me think through this. I'm going to put um, this down. I think I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. Put a thin layer. We'll see if we mess this up or not. Y'all are getting the version of Pamela's going to figure it out. I'm not using like a stamparatus or something like that. Just I don't even have that actual one. I have a Misty, but I've never gotten very good with it. All right, so I'm going to position this here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to try to stamp through it. I'm going to mark a couple of places. Oops, that didn't help. Get it lined up. Okay, I'm just going to put a couple of marks with my pencil so that I can kind of see where I keep having to line it back up. Where I need to stamp my butterfly. Okay, hopefully that will kind of help me. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I need a big block for this. Put it on there like that. I have faith you will. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, I'm going to stand up and kind of look over this and see if I'm going to be able to do this. I may have to get it a little bit closer down here to me. And I don't like these big blocks. I seem to always drop them. All right, so let me, before I put any ink on here, I'm going to try. Okay, so I think that's going to work. It's going to be pretty close. I'm going to do it in black. So we're going to get it inked up really good. Let's hope I don't drop it. All right, let's see if I can do this. It's gonna be like that. There. You look around. Think. We'll see. I don't know if there's a better way to do this. Hope I got it. Yay! It's pretty just like that. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna line it up. So I'll just have to maybe trim or push it around. I got pretty close. Don't know that it'll matter too much because we're gonna have it covered with a bunch of sequins. Feel like I have to have it up a little bit more. So I may trim a little bit off the top here and make a little bit more border. Yeah, I'm trying to think through the process to see if there's was an easier way to do that. I don't know, I may just lay it on there and just let it be kind of off a little bit. It's going to be popped up anyways, so I don't think you're going to be able to tell. So let's do that. Oh, and I just remembered I have to have some acetate, and that's what's great about I think that'll work just fine. So when you get your stamp sets, I peel them off that acetate and stick them in the stamp case. So you know what I'm going to do with this too? I'm going to do the same thing I did with the glass. I'm going to wipe it down. I think I can wipe it down with a little bit of alcohol and it'll be okay. So I'm just doing that to get fingerprints and residue off of it. And drying it. That's one side. And I'm gonna do the other side. It's okay. It's, yeah. So that's the acetate. Now you could just buy I have a package of acetate somewhere. I'm not sure where I have it. Just like to try to reuse this. So I think I'm gonna have to, let me see, maybe trim it down just a smidge. It's almost the right size, but it's a little big up here at the top. So let me just cut my acetate down to about, I think I'm gonna try cutting it down to 3 7/8. And I'm gonna cut just a smidge off. I think I'm gonna do it at 5 1/8. Let's see if that works. Okay. So we have to have a piece between here. So it's this piece, then your acetate, and we're going to glue these two pieces together, and then we're going to put on some foam tape, and then we'll sprinkle in our um, sequins, and then we can adhere it on here. I think that will be it. I think that'll work. All right, so first we want to, I'm just going to put it on with, let me see what the size is. I think I got it. Yeah, just a little bit smaller. So I'm going to start with just go in about 1/4 inch or so or more in. Whoops. Try to get it to where I don't have glue. And now you can lay this piece on here. All right, and we'll just let that sit for a second. Make sure it's adhered good. So we're going to get to use up some of these today and not just individually. Don't think you'll see the pencil marks, but if you want to erase some, you can. They were so tiny. Ugh. Okay. Now from here, we need to do, I'm going to try, I don't have the strips, but I do have some of this left. Let me grab some of these pieces I have, which are the adhesive sheets. They're a little bit thicker. I need to order some more. I really liked them. I used these for popping up those mini alphabets. All right, now here, oops, that one I won't use. I have something on it already. Okay, so I'm just thinking I'm just going to freehand it and cut a couple of little strips. They don't need to be super thick. So we don't have that much room, like right up in here. Okay. And I will just cut them to the size that I need as far as filling in. You just have to make sure you don't have any space open so that the sequins can get out. Maybe do a shorter piece. That would be perfect. Maybe about the same. And if you want to, maybe a little long. Let's see. Just leaving a little space all around the edge. I think I'm gonna do this one. Just cut it to the size I want. So you could go around just the butterfly to make it a little harder or tedious. Okay, I'm just gonna lay it here to measure it. There went that piece. And then this one, same thing. I guess all that's good. Oops, I didn't get it down. All right, so I think we got all that. It was pretty simple. Okay, I'm gonna peel that off and this off. I think you got this little bit right here. Make sure you get all your backings peeled off or sequins can get. All right. So from here, before we lay this down, we attach it. We've got to put in our little bit, quite a bit. I'm going to just kind of lace them on here. And then I've got to position it, get my, so that it's all kind of in, like on the butterflies. So it doesn't touch any of the, and I've got all this extra room out here too. So actually, I think I might even put more, like a bunch. Actually, I have another package of this. I got this, so I got one, I didn't realize. I got some in my artisan box, and then I'd already placed my order. All right, so we can actually spread it around. You want them fairly flat. And I'm kind of curious to see how these little gems are that I've been using all week, how they're going to work in here. I'm looking for them to flip them the right way. They may end up like sticking to this, like sticking in certain areas. But all right, so this one, I think I'm good. So I think if I go like this, I'm just double checking, we'll be good. And we're going to have a lot in there, but since we have all this extra room, that's okay. All right, let me see how. I'm just going to put it on here straight, or and not worry so much about the butterfly underneath. All right, got it down. So you can see under here, but not completely centered, but that's gonna work. I just feel like I got a little, nope, I don't think so. All right, so there we go, look. So you can see your butterfly, but you can also kind of have it all covered up for your photo. And if you wanted to, you could go in here and put some adhesive on your butterfly, a little bit of adhesive, and you could have some of those sequins like permanently stuck inside there. Could have done that. I didn't. And might wanted to have maybe sponged around your butterfly. You could have, but let's finish decorating it up and then we'll call it done. Now I just saw some places where I think I can maybe stamp it this right here and be okay. Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna do it anyways. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Whoops. If I just do some, goodness gracious. Sorry, y'all. I'm just gonna do a couple of places over here. Yeah, that worked. Normally I would have suggested to do this prior to putting it on here, but I just noticed. And then I'll put one like up here. And I'm gonna grab one of these. Now, like I said, theirs was a little bit shorter. They have it positioned up here, but they did a special die. They shortened the cut. I guess, technically I could do that and it wouldn't be that difficult. So I was going to do happy birthday. Did I pull it off here yet? No. So we're almost done anyway. So, all right, I'm going to do black because I want to bring in a little bit more black to this. I'm going to put it on this end. And then I guess I'm going to show you real quick how you can shorten. Let me find, I got so much stuff over here. There it is. That that is like pretty crooked, y'all. I'm gonna do it one more time. I think it's about time for some new contacts. Okay, I think that one's better. So this one goes with this one. Now, if you move it down this way, you can make your label. It's still not that straight, but whatever. I think ladies barking is kind of driving me crazy. Let me do. All right, so I'm just going to put it in my cutter like this. Let me figure out. I'll do a little bit of tape. And I think this will work just like that. It's kind of, I'm gonna stop for a minute. I just saw it kind of move. So I'm going to position. I'm gonna glue that down too so it doesn't move on me, hopefully. And so it cut off that piece. Just pull that off so you can see. And made it shorter. So so you can alter your tags, your labels to be whatever length you want. So if it's too long, make it a little bit shorter. Or if you have one that's too short, there are ways that you can make it longer too. And I've shown that before in some project. I don't remember which one. All right, so they have it up here like this, and I don't really like it there. And I'm wondering, I kind of like it down here like that. And then I'm wondering too, I already have a little bow. Wonder if I can put a bow behind it just to bring in a little bit of something else. Let me look and see what I think about that. Mm, guess I really don't like it because when you do it like this, so it covers up everything. Can I put it even down a little bit further? Eh, that looks too much like this, so really don't care for it too much. Just thinking I want maybe a little, where's my, give me 1 second, please. Just feel like I want one little extra thing in there, but and then let me look at my paper. Where's my scraps of that? This. That's what I want. We're almost done. Let me just see if I can find. I don't know what I did with it. It's probably like right here, but it was the back of, maybe I used most of it. I don't know. It was the back of this. I don't know. I guess I'm just going to stick it right there. Wonder if there's any other ribbon or thread is really what's having some thread behind it probably would have been cool. But we're just going to do this. See, I'm kind of thinking I would have liked to have had a black border around there. But I guess this is what we're getting. What about, before I put it down, I'm just going to cut a strip of this. Is it? I'm going to do this. Just trying to add a little bit more visual interest or something. I'm not super crazy about how plain it is. I'm going to cut. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna put it about right there. So it's coming out. I don't want that to stick. don't know if it's gonna stick down. I'm struggling today, y'all. It's stuck on there anyway, so let's just do it this way. All right, there's that. I'm gonna put more glue right here. There we go. Not sure why. One second. I think it's just because there's something underneath there. It's kind of up a little bit higher. Probably one of those little. I was gonna look and see if those, they do kind of stay in place. Some of them do. Alrighty. There we go. I like that a little bit better. Bringing in the black. And you don't really need any other sequins. You could add some around here, but I think I'm going to keep it simple and call it done. If you've been following me for a while, you know I like a little bit more foo-foo. I have a hard time sometimes just leaving it kind of plain. I love it when other people do it, but then I don't really feel like something's missing. So here are our cards today. We've got our shaker card along with our, I'm going to call it a fun fold because it's our butterfly fold. And hello, Maria. It's been a long time. And then I'm going to bring in some of the other cards that I've done for the week as well. Here was another one. We'll move these up a little bit more so you can see them. So a little bit different. All of them are different. None of them really look the same. I did bring in black in all of them a little bit. And then this one didn't have the butterflies, but I did use the beautiful bokeh. It's a Texas accent. I'll set that right there. All right, I appreciate y'all joining me. Hope you enjoyed today's cards that were a little bit different than what I've been doing. I've been doing fun folds, but wanted to share how you could use your catalog to recreate. So there's the card that, so I did a little bit different. So I was inspired with this one. And then this one right here goes with that one. And then you can see I did this one as well. I just played around last night and did that one. And then there's some lots of, this is how easy you could do this. When you flip over to the next page, use each one of the colors and just do a cute little thank you card. So thankful. And you could just whip out a bunch of cards just like that. And then there's the two that I did. All right, so I appreciate y'all joining me today. Sorry, I felt a little off today. Thank you, Maria. Appreciate you. Thank you, Flo. And I didn't see Miss Debbie today. I hope she's doing okay. I'm going to have to check in with her. Usually she's on live with me. Teresa and Charisse. So be sure if you're watching the replay to let me know where you're viewing from. Give me a thumbs up or a heart, depending on where you're at. Be sure to subscribe or follow. And next week, I'm debating. I think I'm going to do the oceans. I don't even know what it's called. Let's look. I'm thinking, and the reason is, let's see here. I was gonna do Floral Delight, but I think I've decided, I think I changed my mind to using this collection next week. Friends of the Ocean is what it is. because just a little hint for y'all that stayed all the way through, I used some of this paper in my with my butterflies that'll be going live today. So I'm not using the butterflies again next week, but so I think I might use the paper instead and do some fun things with it. So join me and we'll have some fun with that because I don't know, I haven't seen it incorporated into any of our artisan projects that I recall. So I think I'll do that next week. And yeah, and I ended up doing the butterflies this week instead of next week because there was an issue with the floral delights. I was going to do floral delights this week, but I'm going to hold off a little bit more on that one. And because we have all the way through the rest of February, March, and April. And then we also have some brand new online exclusives coming the 1st of March. Demonstrators have already been able to order the um, new online exclusives. And hey, Laura, she was here. She was just quiet today, so I'm glad you were here. All right, so lots of fun going on, and be on the lookout. Oh, if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, or maybe you haven't subscribed yet, I would highly encourage you to do so. We have the Paper Pumpkin Creatives design team will be creating some beautiful projects. We'll have anywhere from 12 to 14 projects for the upcoming February kit. So you can subscribe now through the 10th of February to get that kit. And then on March 1st, you'll get our exclusive PDF for free as a subscriber of mine or a member of my team. And or you can also purchase it outright now. We have that option. So I have a link in my description to my Paper Pumpkins creative PDF tutorial page, along with my weekly live tutorials that I'm posting. So the projects, these two cards, plus the scrapbook layout and the scrapbook page I made this week. I'll have that PDF tutorial ready sometime tomorrow. And that's available for purchase as well. I'll get a link put up here in a little bit in the description and also share details about that tomorrow when it's ready. So, okay, I'm going to sign off. Y'all have a great day. Have a great weekend, whatever you're up to, whether it's watching the Super Bowl or just hanging out with family. Hope you're getting some crafting in somewhere. Sneak it in if you can. And God bless you all. Have a great weekend. See y'all on Monday. Bye bye.